What's going on, guys? Hey, haven't been posting on my normal schedule. I feel as though I'm going to pivot my content. Just don't really enjoy doing the news that much. But I'm going to start doing a lot more reactions. I just wanted to get that PSA out the way. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the hurricane situation in North Carolina. Basically, people on the ground are saying they're not getting aid, and I want to know what's up with that. So I'm just going to react to a news story on that subject. But first, let's roll that intro.
Oh, yeah, I wanna stay, but I'ma go. I got issues that I'm dealing with at home.
As you all know, Hurricane Helene came through and ravished a lot of the East Coast. Right now, Milton has touched down in Tampa and it's doing damage there too. But I'm not as concerned with the actual hurricanes themselves, even though, of course, they are concerning. I'm more concerned with the government response to these hurricanes. This is a clip from News Nation, and it gathers comments from the North Carolina government about the aid that FEMA's provided. So let's see.
Today, North Carolina's Governor Roy Cooper addressed the widespread rumors that FEMA is not present in some of the hardest hit areas of the state.
Immediately, widespread rumor. From what I've seen, this is people on the ground that are saying this, so I'm interested to know what he's going to say.
People who are saying that are misinformed or intentionally providing misinformation. We have thousands of local, state, and federal officials who are working in North Carolina and who are making sure that people have what they need. There are some very isolated communities that they're doing airdrops and working to find temporary ways to get to them.
Well, man, that's probably who's saying this. The people who have the aid are probably not the ones saying this. It's probably the ones who are so isolated that they haven't gotten aid, and it's not necessarily a widespread rumor. You just said that some people are not getting aid and you're doing airdrops, and, you know, human error occurs. Some people are not getting those airdrops. I don't see why that has to be immediately thrown into misinformation, but whatever, I guess.
Now, both Democratic and Republican local lawmakers are worried that all these rumors and all this misinformation around the recovery effort could lead to people in dire need not seeking help, including money that is there for them for food and basic essentials.
Yeah, misinformation lines like that kind of bug me because it's not necessarily misinformation, but what do I know, man?
The biggest effect, I would say, is people that have been impacted are afraid to apply for our assistance. Assistance that then they can get a hotel room. They can get reimbursement for some of the costs or damages to their home. If I can't get them to apply, I can't give them the money and the resources that they're eligible for. And we're hearing that people are afraid to apply for the assistance. So
there's a couple things you got to answer. Why are they afraid? Why do you think they're afraid? Am I missing something? Because this does not make sense to me. Why would they be afraid? Why would they be afraid to apply? Maybe they're afraid to apply because people are getting denied, and that's true. People are getting denied. Or maybe they just can't apply because they don't have internet, they don't have service, they don't have everything they need to apply. Like, am I missing something here? I feel as though I'm missing something.
I've heard rumors that if you take our $750 and don't pay it back, we're going to take your home. Absolutely false.
Okay, that's stupid. Hate to call you a liar.
There is help out there. Just ask for it. Joining us now is News Nation's investigative correspondent, Rich McHugh, who's in Swannanoa, North Carolina, just outside Asheville. This is one of the hardest hit areas from Hurricane Helene. Rich, what's happening on the ground there? How's the recovery effort going? And do you see the federal government there?
What are we doing here? I thought that this was going to be a very balanced report, but this is just mostly FEMA and the government being like, well, we're doing things. We're doing things. I know y'all don't see us doing things, but we are. Trust me, there are lots of people that see us doing things.
How would you characterize the federal response here? How has it been since the beginning?
Incompetent, if we're talking about broadly speaking. Limited to no personnel. Once they did get here, they put themselves in positions, obviously, to try and create connections or contact or rapport or whatever it might be. but in the process, there's not been dedicated assistance or support. I've not seen one FEMA individual come through this location. I've not seen one FEMA truck in this town.
That's extremely interesting how someone who is actually there and is actually doing their best to help a citizen, the second the news pivots away from doing their little news talk and they actually decide to show somebody real, this is what they get. The FEMA response versus what's actually going on is clearly not adding up.
These guys, again, are coming in trying to figure out what the problem is and who's in charge while we're solving the problems. People don't care what's going to happen 2 weeks from now when they're starving. They need food, they need water, they need warmth. They need somebody to give them a hug and say, we're here to help. What do you need? All right. They don't need a government official saying, we're going to fix this.
They're trying to do a spin on this where people are spreading misinformation and whatnot. And it's clear to see that on the ground, they are not spreading misinformation. Nobody's showing up, and the community is handling it by themselves, as they always do. Community always trumps government. It just happens like that. I'm sounding real libertarian right now.
But there's approximately 100 people here right now. It's a 24 operation, so I'll take these guys' word for it when they say they haven't seen FEMA or, federal officials here. I take these guys' word for it.
Yeah, everyone should. They're actually there. So Governor, whatever your name was, FEMA administrator, whatever the your name was, how are you going to tell them that you're there? They are there.
Right. I think one of them said they had seen them.
Whoever this is wants to make it a point so bad that, well, they did see somebody. They saw someone.
That they are just not doing the help, giving the help that they need, if I understood your sound bites correctly. But thank goodness for the local efforts of people pitching in and helping their neighbors.
Yeah, thank goodness for that, because no government was going to save them. Maybe I will not stop doing news. I'm going to roll this outro, and we'll probably do another one on something like this.
Oh, yeah, I wanna stay, but